Hello and welcome to episode 1016 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Yellow.
A year older and wiser.
No, older.
What?
Older.
Just older, not wiser?
Oh, but wiser.
Oh.
So, you know.
Okay. I see.
Yeah,
is that
older.
how that works?
You can kind of see the balloons for the 50 back there.
Oh, nice. I thought that was the beginning of like Sonic, because that's an S-O.
It could
you
be.
just have to collect N-I-C and you're done.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do.
There you go.
How
was it?
There's the Altered Beast. It was great. I went away for the weekend to hang out with some friends, but came back and my kids had cleaned the house up, which was nice, and gave me some really lovely cards. And I was just saying, like, my son gave me this little Genesis diorama set, and my daughter got me
That's
a little
awesome.
Fast and Furious, the Fast and the Furious RC car for fun. And yeah, it was great. And the cards were really nice. One of them was pretty sappy. It might have made me cry. I'm not admitting to anything.
I see.
That was the whole point. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they say? 50 is over the hill, right? Is that what they say?
Brother,
that's what they used to say in the 90s.
I stopped climbing the hill. I can't do it.
Running up that hill.
Running up that hill.
Yeah.
You know that song from that show that just
I've heard.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a number. It's not like it's that much bigger than 49.
It's all incremental.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, it's like the way the price of video game consoles creeps up.
mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's like you don't even notice.
I'm just a little more expensive now. I've adjusted for inflation. I've been inflating for 50 years.
That's right. Some things improve with age. So
some things. I'm not saying I do, but some things do.
There you go. Well, should we talk about video game stuff?
Sure.
Why not? There's some news happening, right?
It looks like it. Seems like it.
Bit. Let's open with this one.
Okay.
Talk about Moss the Forgotten Relic.
I'll tell you, I didn't. So I saw this in passing while I was traveling this weekend. I happened to be browsing YouTube, and I'm subbed to I think the PlayStation YouTube channel has this trailer.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I saw it in passing and immediately just assumed like, oh my God, there's finally another Moss game coming out. It's another Moss game. I'm so excited. I was so excited. And then actually it was after I mentioned it to you and Phil in our Discord. It's like, oh shoot, this is just a non-VR version of, is it Moss 1 and 2 or just the first one?
It's Moss 1 and 2.
Moss 1 and 2, yeah.
Not in VR.
Which, it's great. I'm curious if it'll be as charming. Because
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will, though.
It's not like VR offered a lot, but it was kind of cute to be. I mean, so you can see in the trailer that we're watching here, and if you go watch this trailer online, there's one point where the camera tips down into like a body of water, and you see the reflection of a masked face. And like the premise is that you are that creature, that person, right? You're looking down on this world. And so, I mean, not being able to
that's how it is in VR too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think it's going to lose a little bit because of that, but it is such a charming little game. I love the Moss game so much, which is why I was so excited when I thought this was actually a sequel.
Another one. Right.
I don't know that I'll play this because I've played both of them and I own both of them already, but boy, I'd love to see a third game. I'd love to see a third game.
I would too. I hope this makes them enough money to do that.
Yeah.
Because VR seems to have kind of
run its course.
I don't know about run its course, but yeah, it just hasn't been as big a thing as it was when the first and second Moss games came out.
I mean, then PlayStation VR 2 I don't think it's been that successful. So
I don't think so either. Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, PSVR 2 in general doesn't seem like it's been successful, but Moss on that platform as well. Probably not.
So
terribly successful. And Polyarc, Moss 1 and 2 are great. They did a game called Glass Breakers, which is a competitive game set in the Moss universe.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's out in VR.
Okay.
And that's pretty cool. But it's not Moss. It's different.
Right.
It's a PV.
It's in the Mossiverse
kind of game. Yeah.
The Moss video game, the MVU.
It's like a turn-based strategy game.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Versus another player. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Moss is a great game, and I hope people who haven't played it in VR check it out.
Yeah, I mean,
platformer.
It's a chance for it to cast to a wider audience. Yeah, I hope people try it. I highly recommend it. It's just a very charming game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into charming platformers with some puzzle solving, you'll be into this because it's very, very good. You, of course, control a sort of omnipresent being helping Moss.
Little mouse character. Is that her name? Is it Moss?
I don't think it is.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. You guide a tiny but determined hero on a heartfelt journey of challenge, courage, and connection.
Where are you reading
the press
that?
release.
Oh, okay.
The press release.
Yeah. And this is, of course, the first two games.
It's Quill is the name of the character.
The name of the character, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
And it's the first two games. It comes out when? This summer?
Yes.
I don't know if it has an actual release date yet. Don't think it does. This summer. Okay. It'll be out on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch 2, Switch, and PC. So a lot of platforms there. So that's good.
Nice.
A lot of folks potentially getting their first hands on Moss. Yeah. Let's talk about some Virtual Console stuff because Nintendo added some new games to the Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics.
I've got to do the Virtual Boy thing again.
I do too.
I haven't in a while.
5 new games.
Yeah. We've almost completed the library.
Tetris, Vertical Force. Yeah.
Jack Bros is something I've been wanting to play.
And Virtual Bowling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Brothers is something I've been wanting to play. Just because it looks so interesting. Yeah, the Space Invaders Virtual Collection. Boy, I don't know.
Do you really need virtual reality or 3D display on Space Invaders?
I don't know. I mean, do you? Maybe you do. Maybe it's a thing. Yeah, Tetris. I'm not sure I want to play on Virtual Boy either. But either way,
I actually kind of do want to try this one though.
Yeah,
I do want to try that one. And then Vertical Force is kind of like a Star Soldier.
Must be pretty good, right?
Shooter.
Yeah.
Supposedly, yeah. I kind of want to.
I think there's something wrong with your screen. Everything's black and red.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
When are we getting those filters to add?
Yeah, right. They promised those like early on.
It was in the original trailer for it, but it hasn't happened yet. But so yeah, these are out on Virtual Console Plus expansion pack, and you can download them now and check them out. So I need to do that.
They were saying that now there's only a handful of games that haven't been confirmed. So we still haven't got Tennis or Mario Smash, right? Mario Clash, sorry.
Mario Clash. Yeah. Nintendo confirmed that there will be a total of 16 games put out on NSO.
Right.
So.
Right. So I think we're still missing Mario Clash, Mario's Tennis, Zero Racer, and D-Hopper, which were unreleased games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then that means that there are a few. So it's like, I'm just reading the article you linked to. So Nestor's Funky Bowling, Panic Bomber, SD Gundam Dimension War, Space Squash, Virtual Fighting, Virtual Lab, Virtual League Baseball, and Water World.
I think we can put our
have not been confirmed
hopes about Water World to the side.
Yeah, and probably
SD Gundam
Dimension War. But I don't know, man. Like I really kind of hope like Nestor's Funky Bowling, just because it's such an odd little thing to exist. And I assume that there aren't rights issues. I have to assume that Nintendo owns the rights to that character.
I would assume. Yeah.
So Nestor was a character used in a running comic that was in Nintendo Power for years. Howard and Nestor.
Mm-hmm.
The Howard character was based on Howard
Phillips,
who was like their games master, and then Nestor was just his foil. Nestor wasn't based on anybody.
Yeah,
he was the idiot that Howard constantly had to correct. Yeah. But yeah, he started in a Virtual Boy game. So
that's right. Yeah. Well, mark your calendars because the Legend of Zelda movie has been bumped up.
Yay!
So now it's going to be out in April, according to Shigeru Miyamoto. So it was supposed to be March 2027, and then they pushed it back to May 7th, 2027. And now they've moved it to April 30th, 2027. So.
I wish they would, whenever they show stills for this, this is mean, but like the picture in the article that you're showing, it just looks like a couple people LARPing in a big open field. Like it's, you know what I mean?
Is that bad though?
I wish they would show them on some kind of set just to make it look a little more cinematic.
You don't think this is a set? I mean, they're on.
It's literally
probably
a big open
from
field.
The movie.
Well, I don't know. I believe it's a still from the movie.
I mean, there's a field in the games. There's Hyrule Field.
You know what I mean? I just mean that anytime they
show them in the game world.
I'd like to see them in like a castle or something. I'm just saying something that looks more cinematic than just two people dressed up as two people cosplaying in a field. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they'll get to that, right? You don't want to start with that. You don't want to start expectations.
Definitely want to start with that.
Super high. You know.
You want to start with that.
I am very curious to see how this is going to turn out.
Yeah, me too. I'm tentatively hopeful.
I mean, when it comes to video game movies, my expectations are always pretty low. Anyway, I'm just looking for an entertaining time, and as long as it clears that, which is also very low, then I'm pretty happy with it. So, like the Super Mario Brothers movie and the Mario Galaxy movie, both they're entertaining times. They're not like movies that I'm going to have on.
Sonic films were fun.
Rotation. Yeah, I've not seen I also don't like run out to see a video game movie in general.
Me neither. I went out and saw Sonic on streaming. Sonic, but I haven't. Actually, now I'm saying that I did see Sonic 2 in theater. I didn't see Sonic 3 in theaters.
I see.
So, yeah.
So what you're saying is you're not that big of a Sonic fan.
No. Yeah, Sonic had like one good game right at the beginning, and then it's been downhill since then. No, I'm just kidding. But it's been pretty hit or miss. Let's be honest. So,
Yeah. Well, there you go. So buy your tickets now on Fandango and get you that. What kind of popcorn bucket will they come up with for the Legend of Zelda movie? Because that's a big thing, right? The popcorn buckets.
Right. Yeah.
They'll have like a Triforce, or maybe it'll be like a potion or something like that. Trying to think.
A popcorn bucket.
A shield, maybe?
The shield. That's pretty iconic.
The shield?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, there's a He-Man Master of the Universe. I think it's a drink thing this time. It's not a popcorn bucket, but it's the He-Man sword. And you unscrew the handle and fill it up with drink.
What was the name of that sword?
I don't remember.
He
holds aloft his magic sword.
And he's called the Magic Sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when are we getting He-Man? The game. I want the game.
I just looked the app I use to track game releases. Sequel is the name of it on the iOS store. And it's a great app. So I was looking through future releases and it said He-Man and whatever the subtitle is, Q3 2026. Ooh. So I don't know if it got pushed back even more, but yeah. I'm looking forward to that though. I will.
Me too. It looks great.
I'll buy it as soon as it comes out. It looks great. And it's one of those that's, the old school side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah, I hope, and from the trailer they showed, I think this will be the case. Like, I just want them to go totally ham on just showing as many characters as they can, in that game. You know what I mean? Just because, I mean, you and I are pretty much the same age, so I'm sure you were the same. Like my lunch hours when I was in elementary school, like it was watching He-Man. Like, that's every day watching He-Man.
Yeah.
So that's great.
We're kind of watching a bit of a trailer. So Dragon Pearl of Destruction.
Because I mean, He-Man was one of the first ones, right? Where they were just half-hour commercials for new toys. I think it's like when they talk about this now, it's sort of held up. It and Transformers and maybe G.I. Joe are kind of held up as like the worst case scenario for that, where it's like this is literally there's nothing good about this other than it's showing off whatever the new toy is, right?
Yeah.
But I was all in. I mean, my brother and I had so many He-Man toys. So I just want to see all the characters, and the more obscure, the better.
Yeah, and they kind of did tease in some of the trailers. They showed some
that's what I'm saying.
Villains and, standard characters. So,
I don't care if you can like play with all of them or anything, play as all of them or anything like that, but I just want to see them in some form. That's all. Yeah,
this is the game that my 6-year-old self would have gone crazy for.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited.
I can't wait. Whenever it's out, I'll buy it.
Yeah, same.
They can take all the time they need.
Well, no, I don't want them to take all the time.
Not all.
I want it to come soon. I'm 50 now. They're a few years ahead than behind. I don't want to wait too long for He-Man.
Yeah.
As I drink my pineapple flavored Fanta.
Very nice.
It's got Halo
on that.
It's got Halo on it.
Ooh,
it's good. I love this. You don't find it very often around here, so
yeah. I don't really want to talk about it, but I guess we'll talk about it. That whole
let's talk about
all caps Xbox thing.
I don't know what we're talking about.
It's an internet thing. Like Microsoft put out a tweet or a poll on Twitter. Should it be Xbox?
For God's sake.
Camel case or Xbox all caps, and Xbox all caps won. So now they're rebranding to Xbox all caps. And this,
who cares?
So many people on social media are talking about it, and it just strikes me as like a very low effort way to re-engage with the brand.
Well, if it's working, it's working.
It apparently worked. I thought we were supposed to stop seeing brands as people as like your friends or something.
Do we not? Do they not already? Is it not already all caps in?
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay. Like on the. Okay.
I mean, it is on the logo. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Logos. Like I just always assumed it was.
No, but in like press releases and descriptions and things, it'll be all caps.
I happen to have this right here on my desk.
Yep.
The Xbox versus GameCube issue of EGM, and I wonder
great issue. Maybe my favorite issue of
one
EGM.
Of the best. This is right up there, along with like Too Many Games. Too Many Games
classic.
Issue was
another classic.
If you want to hear somebody talk, if people want to hear somebody talk about the issue, that issue that we're talking about, the Fun Factor guys, who their podcast is all about reviewing old video game magazines. They did issue 150. The Too Many Games issue of EGM, their most recent episode.
I gotta listen to that.
And actually, I ended up being on it for a moment because they're focusing on. They always focus on like one review, but really, like they say, hey, we're reviewing this old review of this game, but really the episode is kind of like a truncated let's read.
Yeah,
they sort of skip around the issue and call out a few different things, and then like they were really talking about the Metal Gear Solid 2 review because that was that issue. That I should go look it up. That issue had just banger after banger for reviews. Like the games that came out that month were insane.
Yeah,
but yeah. Anyway, and we did a top 100. We revisited our top 100 that issue.
Okay,
50. Anyway, it was the top 100 list.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a fun listen. It's a good show anyway. If you like retro games, you should be listening to that show. Fun Factor
podcast.
Yeah.
We will link to it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
The Steam controller screams when you drop it.
Awesome.
So not every time, but apparently if you drop it a few times, it will do from a height of like 3 feet minimum. It'll do the Wilhelm scream.
That's awesome.
On occasion.
And it does it with the haptics, right?
It does it with not with the haptics. No, it has a speaker in it.
No, but it's doing it with the vibration. It says in that article.
Really?
Yeah. Same thing.
Okay. So no internal speaker. Okay. Yeah. But the controller itself does make a number of noises.
Yeah, but it's doing it with the vibration. That's what I'm saying. It's so cool. Like, I think it might even say this in the article, but the Switch 2 does that as well. Because the welcome to Switch thing, there's a whole section where they do that, where I think they play the Mario theme or something like that.
They do, yeah, you're right.
Using just the buzzing. Yeah, it's very neat.
It is very neat. Yeah, I think we
science.
Yeah.
Great.
So have you ever had a controller scream at you? Well, now you
I don't know. For the price of that controller, I would scream anyway if I dropped it. But
$100. Hey, I bought
American.
One.
Yeah.
I bought one. And I'm having fun with it, actually.
I might like to have one. I don't know.
It's pretty good. Well, hey, if you do not own a Switch 2, this summer Nintendo is making it a little easier by offering a bundle that includes a full game download. You can choose whether you want Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, or Pokemon Pokopia.
Choose
for
Pokopia.
A suggested retail price of $499.99. Of course, that's going to be the price of the console just with no games starting in September. So,
so they're sweetening the deal a little bit.
Yes. A little bit, yeah. So
I do not understand
good games.
I mean, digital games aren't an oddity anymore. They're the norm.
Right.
It's more of an oddity to have a physical game at this point.
Yeah.
I do not understand why every system doesn't come with, why they're not packing in games with every system at this point.
They should, especially with systems
being this expensive,
being more and more expensive.
And I would say even something like this, or rotating them out. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be your latest and greatest, but especially after the system's been out for a year or more, and you've got a library of like AAA games that are like 12 months or more old. There's no reason why all three consoles shouldn't be shipped with some AAA game on the hard drive.
Some first-party game. And not on the hard drive, but even a code.
Whatever it is.
Even a select, like what Nintendo's doing. Yeah. Select the game that you want.
And not garbage. Like this. This is great.
Not garbage.
This is great. Yeah. Like these are good choices. You know what I mean? Like
these are great choices.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like not something that didn't sell, not something that was released at a budget level, like none of that crap. Like, you know, it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just it's a line item on their
it's a sale budget. You might not have made anyway.
It's true. You're sweetening the deal when consoles are so expensive.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta sweeten a deal because you're not going to buy the console with no game.
You have to.
So put a game that spotlights the hardware or gets people.
That's another reason why you want it to be like a AAA game, because you want it to show off the hardware.
Yeah. Indeed. Greg.
Hi.
The Super game was canceled.
I'd forgotten it even existed.
But Sega has confirmed that it's still working on the numerous reboots of classic IPs that they announced back in 2023 at the Game Awards. You may remember it. They made an announcement. There was a big trailer showing off some old Sega IP, Shinobi, Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Crazy Taxi. So far, only Shinobi has made it out. We have heard nothing of the other games. So, but apparently they're still in the works.
I mean, that's great. And for what it's worth, the one game that came out is fantastic. Shinobi's really, really, really good. I am so not convinced that they're going to pull off some of these games, though. Like,
Like, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, like Crazy Taxi is an example.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been, 3 Crazy Taxi games now?
Yeah.
Only the first one was good.
Right.
Right? Like the other two, it's been diminishing returns ever since. And even I would argue that even in the first game, like the San Francisco level, the level from the arcade was incredible. But then the New York level, I think, was they added a second level when they came out on the Dreamcast, when it came home.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't good. Like it wasn't designed at the same standard of quality from a gameplay perspective that the San Francisco level, like the San Francisco level, the original Crazy Taxi level is a brilliant design because it's a circuit and there's so many ways to tackle it that you kind of work your way around the circuit or you work your way back or whatever. The New York level in that game doesn't have that. It's awkward. You get stuck in weird little like dead ends and stuff like that all the time. And they've just never, with Crazy Taxi 2 and with Crazy Taxi High Roller, in my opinion, they never, ever, ever captured that first experience again. So that's not to say they can't, but I'm so not convinced they're going to be able to.
I mean, it's hard to do that, right? To live up to that old IP. I mean, Streets of Rage 4, I think, did it successfully.
Yeah, it
Shinobi
did.
Art of Vengeance did it successfully. I think some of the other games might be a little bit more difficult to do it. But also you gotta find the right developer to.
Well, that's just it, right? And I think
you gotta allow the right amount of time. You gotta have somebody who has a firm creative direction on it. Like there are all of these factors that, I mean, making a good game is so hard anyway.
Right. I mean, I'm less concerned about the other ones on the list, right? Like Streets of Rage, there are developers out there that have proven that they can do a good Streets of Rage game.
It's been proven, although not in 3D like this one was shown off to be.
That worries me
initially.
And I mean, Golden Axe, I think Golden Axe is a lot
also
of room
in 3D.
for something good. Jet Set Radio, see, I'm kind of the opposite opinion. Jet Set Radio is iconic, but I don't think that the first 2 Jet Set Radio games were really all that good. They were stylish.
Yeah, they're certainly stylish,
right? And that I think that was sort of the load-bearing aspect of both of those games, was that they were just so friggin' cool to look at. I remember when we first got Jet Set Radio, we got an import of it, and I believe I wrote the original preview in EGM, and Mark McDonald was the one who did this, but people who would walk by, like nothing looked like Jet Set Radio. It was a completely new style, visual style for a video game, and everybody that walked by stopped and watched that game.
Oh, yeah.
But it really, for me, like the controls weren't all that good. It was only skin deep. It had tons of personality, but it wasn't a great game, I think. But, I don't know. I think that I'm most worried about Crazy Taxi, just because Crazy Taxi was all but perfect right out of the gate, and they've never ever been able to recapture it. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Makes it difficult. I think there are a lot of games where they just can't recapture the magic of the original for so many different reasons, and maybe they think they are, like, Phantasy Star Online, great example.
Yeah,
they just have not been able to do anything good with that series, or not anything that I personally wanted.
Yeah,
from that series.
I mean, I think that's another good example, though, of like that in that game. I think it's an example of time and place. Right? It was just
potentially.
It was sort of on the leading edge of console online RPGs, and it was just the right. And I mean, it was a very pretty game. Like it was a really nice visual style to it, and they just sort of captured lightning in a bottle with that thing. Right? It was just the right time.
Just like Crackdown, another one.
Another great example of that. Yeah,
can't capture it. You don't. I think the developers don't even know what made that game good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Hard thing.
What I would love to see Sega doing here, along with these, new versions of classic IP, it's time to put together some get to like Digital Eclipse or Limited Run or something like that, and let's start putting together some collections. Like there are enough games. Like I'm looking at Streets of Rage, right? And you've got like the 4 main games. You've got Master System versions of the first 2 games as well.
Mm-hmm.
Why, let's talk to some of these people. Let's get Yuzo Koshiro on the line, and like it would be great to do stuff. Same with like Golden Axe. Golden Axe is a long storied history, and that would be. I would be more excited for that.
It's always possible that'll happen.
Yeah,
like the Digital Eclipse games generally have a pretty quick timeline from announcement to release.
True.
So it's always possible we will see that. I'd love to see that kind of thing, especially if they can do interviews with some of those creators.
Well, and it gets back to what I was saying before, right? Like, not that Yuzo Koshiro is an old man or anything like that, but these creators are getting older. That's right.
They're not getting any younger, just like us.
Yeah. Especially Phil.
You're officially now the oldest one on this podcast.
I was when Phil left.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, I was 49.
No, Phil was older than you.
The week after Phil left, I was the oldest person on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That hasn't changed.
I've only just now noticed it.
There's only 2 of us.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's talk about what we've been playing. What do you think about that?
It's a bold departure from what we normally do this time.
A bold departure, I know, this time in the show. I spent some more time in Vampire Crawlers.
Me too.
This game, the Turbo Wildcard game from Vampire Survivors. I'm having just so much fun with it. I'm past the teeny bridge or the bridge.
Yep. That's just sort of the first choke point.
It's a choke point. There's a difficulty spike. And what I started doing when I got there and got immediately killed was I started going back through previous levels and just gathering up as many coins as I possibly could so that I could buy more buffs.
And you saw that there are multiple levels to all those previous areas, right?
Yes, there are multiple levels towards
just making sure you notice
levels. I did notice that, yes, so that you can earn even more coins and things. And I just recently had a really good run on one of them and made something like 6,000 coins. So I was able to get a lot of nice buffs going for my next run.
There's a couple of them that, like the library in particular, I feel like I've cleared like the second and third levels in that area, but it's not showing as cleared. So I've clearly missed something. And there are a few.
It shows as cleared per character. Right?
Does it?
Yeah, it's depending what character you're using. Yeah,
well, there you go. Okay, now I've learned something.
That's why.
Because I thought it was because there's a couple different stages where a secret boss has just like jumped out of the wall at me, right? And I thought, maybe I just haven't discovered something like that. Like, I didn't realize it was per crawler. Okay, that makes more sense. Crawler. Okay.
Yeah,
I have like 12 crawlers now.
I've only really been focusing on like 1 or 2 crawlers. So I probably could go back and do even more.
One in particular, the skeleton, whose name I can't remember. They all have ridiculous names. I find he was what I used to beat the teeny bridge is the first. There's 2 bridge levels so far. I'm on the second one right now.
Oh,
and it's even more difficult. So,
is it really? Oh, shit.
But that skeleton crawler was the one I used because his bone card is really effective, especially once you build up splash damage and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, I've been going on like ridiculous runs as well, and I've gotten my combo up to 8 at one point, which I was really excited about. Yeah, but I can't. I
forget what my highest is.
Yeah, so
a lot of it, you need wild cards to be able to continue combos, as we're even seeing right now on the screen.
Are you
telling you that tooltip?
Are you playing on Switch too?
I am playing on Switch too.
Is there a button to organize your hand?
No.
There needs to be a button to organize your hand.
You don't like the challenge of finding...
Dude, I was on a run. I was on a really good run like last night, and I had built up the number of cards in my hand so much. Like it was crazy. Like there were a lot of cards on screen at once. And the tooltips,
you had to scroll through all of them.
Yeah, and I mean the tooltips, because like when you start adding buffs to them, like when you add gems to the cards, actually the video we're watching now, it's not really doing this, and it's probably something I can turn off, but I don't want to turn it off because it becomes hard to keep track of what all the different buffs do. But they pop up, and because they pop up, they obscure anything next to them. And I just like that. And unfortunately, if there's a card,
I think you can't turn off
it covers the mana. I don't want to turn off the tooltips though. But I think with the touch screen, you can organize your cards, but there should just be a button that lets you organize them based on mana, right? Like lowest to highest mana and vice versa. Like just one button that you could like say it was like the Y button. You just hold it, it shuffles them so that it goes from zero, like lowest to highest. And then if you do it again, it shuffles them from highest to lowest or something like that. That would be such a huge quality of life improvement, because in the early stages, it doesn't matter. But yeah, like the run I was on the other night, like I must have had like 8 cards on the screen. And
I've had those runs too, where it's just absolutely insane. And you have so many cards, and especially when you play something that adds 2 more cards to the deck, and then you're like,
well, exactly, because those are gems you get too, and but I'm still, it's funny, I had when I got to this second bridge level, it really felt like I came to a bit of a halt, and I was like, I don't know, man, like this is starting to bug me a little bit. But then I don't know what I did. I unlocked something, and it's sort of brought the game back to life. So I'm still stuck there. I still haven't gotten past it.
I think they want you to experience those choke points, so you go back and you do other things.
I mean, it's clearly designed that way. Those bridges are ridiculous.
They are ridiculous.
Yeah. So
it changed my whole strategy, because I wasn't really looking at the attack numbers that are shown on screen. So I wasn't like looking at how much armor I should have or anything like that. Playing the bridge level changed my whole strategy.
I've gotten now where it's possible to equip multiple Arcana cards.
Yeah.
Based on finding things in a level. Like the run that I was on, I think I had 3 Arcana cards equipped.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. So good.
Well, and I love that you buy the buffs, like it increases your mana or your shield after 100 cards played or something like that. That is also
that's the one I use. That's the one I use the most.
Yeah. Increasing that shield. Very important.
The mana. For me, it's the mana.
The mana?
Yeah.
Is more important?
I found it makes a huge difference. So there was before that, there was a card that it would retain mana between rounds during a turn, which was super helpful as well. But
that's also quite helpful.
But that every 100 cards, I find it's really helpful, especially on those bridge levels, because the battles are so long.
Yeah, they are.
And it's not unlikely that you'll play 100 cards in one battle. So
are you enjoying this more than Vampire Survivors? Because I think I am.
I don't know, man. I was really
run to run. I think I'm really enjoying this.
There's more to do. Like,
there's a lot.
As much as I disagree with how Phil used to, talk about Vampire Survivors, where he found it boring because you didn't have much to do in later levels, and it's not wrong, but I mean, I think that kind of sort of ignored the journey to get there in the first place. I really enjoyed that journey, but I feel like I definitely have more agency in this game.
Certainly. Yeah.
Than that one.
I feel that way too.
Because like with that game, I mean, your opening loadout was super important. And then when you got to evolve weapons, it was important what you evolved. Right. Mm-hmm. But here, I mean, yes, there's a randomness to the cards that you get to put in your deck and that get drawn, but you have so much more control over your buffs and what you what you do to those cards, like the gems you put on those cards and things like that. Like you definitely have more control over what's happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if the word roguelike deck builder turns you off, as it does for me,
it does me.
Well,
yeah.
I would still suggest trying
it's
Vampire
like
Crawlers.
$15, isn't it? It's not expensive.
It's only 10.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's like
I'm
$10.
thinking of the Canadian price. Yeah, I mean it's not expensive.
It's not expensive, and it is a really good time.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, you've only spent $10.
Exactly.
Like, a friend of the show, Scoop Joey, he tried it and he doesn't like it, and that's fine. But it's like even he was saying like it was $10. So I don't feel like I've been cheated really. So
yeah. So I got the Steam controller,
so you could play Forbidden Solitaire.
So I could play my beloved Forbidden Solitaire on the TV.
I've still got to get this.
Because Forbidden Solitaire is a solitaire game that uses the mouse extensively. And so on a Steam Deck, you're using the right touchpad as the mouse. And to play it on television, you pretty much need, I mean, I guess you can assign the analog stick to the mouse. You can have a control scheme that'll let you play it, but it is so much more satisfying on the Steam controller to be able to use the touchpads to play, and it works perfectly. I spent the night one night last week playing Forbidden Solitaire on the television. It was fantastic. Yeah,
very nice. I still need to get
Forbidden
this.
Solitaire. If you don't know, it is a solitaire game that uses the style of early CD-ROM multimedia games from the 90s. And the idea is that it's a game that was cursed, and the company who developed it was cursed, and all the copies of it were pulled off the market for some unknown strange reason. You find a copy. You find a copy of it at a flea market or a store, and you buy it, and then have an IM conversation, as we're seeing on screen right here, with your sister, and she's telling you all about all of these things that happened, like showing you old reviews of the game, old news footage about the game and its controversy. It's just a really, really interesting setup, and it's also a really good solitaire game, which is fantastic. The developers of this, I believe it's like two devs teamed up, a developer that pretty much only does solitaire games, and then another dev that does games in this vein that are sort of throwbacks to 90s or that era, different systems. So like the Home Safety Hotline is one of their other games.
I when I watch footage of this, I haven't played this yet. When I watch footage of this, all I can think of, I went down a rabbit hole on my iPhone recently, and I ended up downloading Disney Solitaire.
Oh,
it's the exact same mechanic. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but from what I'm watching, like just sort of the cards spread all over the place.
Sure. I mean, that is solitaire.
It's not Klondike Solitaire. Like when I think solitaire, I always think Klondike Solitaire.
Right. That's very different. Yeah. So, and you get different power-ups, and there are different jokers that you unlock that do different things, and you occasionally fight an enemy one-on-one. So they have a health bar, you have a health bar, and you each attack each other each turn, and you have to defeat the monster or whatever before your health is depleted. It's cool. It's a really unique game, and if you grew up in the 90s with CD-ROM software and you have any nostalgia for that, you should check out Forbidden Solitaire. And I believe the Yeti is doing merch for Forbidden Solitaire.
Really?
They have the fake developer. They have like a shirt that is that developer and then staff, and it has the Forbidden Solitaire art on the back of it. Nice. So it's like you're buying fake staff shirt for the game, which is really cool. I really dig that quite a lot. What else have I been playing? Oh, I booted up Super Mario Brothers Wonder
again.
again. Yeah, and played a little more of that. I don't know. I think the fact that Yoshi and the Mysterious Book comes out this week, I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for a Mario platformer.
I forgot that was coming out this week.
Yeah, it's out this week.
This week's big, right?
Got Forza Horizon.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 6, which I have preloaded from Game Pass right now.
I've heard it's very good. I'm very excited to play it.
It was funny. So I was watching the review, Victor Lucas's review from Electric Playground. And he says it's really good. But one of the things he called out, which now I can't unsee, is he's like, you're driving through big cities. Let's say Tokyo is one of the cities. I'm assuming Tokyo is a city you're going to drive through in that game. And he says, like, it's weirdly devoid of life, which is...
Oh, I have heard that. Yeah.
Which, I mean, is not weird
for any of the Forza games.
But I mean, he made a good point. It's like, that's not Japan. Like, the big cities are just teeming with people.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh yeah, you're not wrong. And now I can't stop thinking about it. But yeah, I'm excited to try it. It sounds like it's good. And isn't Lego Batman this week?
Yes, it is, with early access, I think.
Okay, early access. Okay. Oh. That looks awesome.
It might be this week. Yeah, I think it is this week, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does look awesome, and I'm looking forward to playing that.
Yeah.
For sure. Forza Horizon 6, I've heard reviews that say it's it harkens back to Forza Horizon 4, which is like the last one that a lot of people liked. So
I actually would be happier if it said it went back to 3, because 3 is the last one I really liked.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But 4 was good, but 3 was a masterpiece. So
yeah. The PlayStation 5 release of that is, coming at some undetermined, vague, nebulous date. So I really want to play this. I'm kind of wondering if I should pick up the Steam version or something and play it on GeForce Now.
There you go.
Steam Deck or something. Maybe I'll do that. It is Steam Deck verified.
Is it? Okay.
It is.
Cool.
Not that I mean, I've seen some footage of it playing, and I don't know that I would
play well.
I mean, it looks like it would play all right, but I don't know if I want to like knock down the settings that much. We'll see. Okay. But Super Mario Brothers Wonder, of course, great game. I need to continue playing that game. I like as I'm playing it, it's like, this is a really, really good Mario game, and I should continue playing it. But there's so many other games that I also want to continue playing. So, yeah. And that's it. That's all I played this week. So, Greg, it's your turn.
I mean, mostly played Vampire Crawlers as well. Continuing to play Konami Picross, but there's not really much to say about that. I will say, though, I'm probably about halfway through the main set of puzzles, and still really happy about the fact that it's not just face after face after face. Like I did one I did recently was like Grant. I'm going to say this wrong, but I think it was Grant Dynasty is his name from Castlevania 3. The little guy that was always hunched over and could climb on walls and stuff like that.
You say Granda Nasty?
Grant is his first name.
Grant.
And I think it I can't tell if you're supposed to say it like Dynasty or Dynasty. I don't know, but anyway.
Shadynasty.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it. I mean, it's Picross, obviously, but I'm still happy with the variety of puzzles. I'm just so traumatized by SNK Picross. Speaking of SNK, so Thursday nights, like I mentioned before, on Twitch and on my YouTube channel, I've been streaming different classic games on retro consoles. And this week I fired up, I didn't fire up a Neo Geo CD because I don't own a Neo Geo CD, but I do own 2 Neo Geo CD games.
Oh.
And that's because I own a Polymega. You remember the Polymega?
I do.
Yeah. It's still a thing. I think they're still releasing. Well, they just released a Nintendo module for it not that long ago. But yeah, Polymega is a CD-based modular retro game system. It was originally supposed to be FPGA, but it ended up just being an emulator box. But it has a CD drive on it, and then there's modules that you can snap onto it that will take cartridges and controllers for. There's an N64 module, there's an NES module, there's Super Nintendo and Genesis, and I think that's everything. And Genesis will also play Sega CD games and 32X games. But even without a module attached, it will also play Neo Geo CD games. So when I got the thing, a friend, a listener actually, who lives in New Brunswick, one province over, sold me. He had 2 Neo Geo CD games that he'd ever played, and one of them was King of Fighters 98, and one of them was Samurai Showdown. Samurai Spirits. Okay. So this week I fired up King of Fighters 98 for the Neo Geo CD on my Polymega, and it ran great. And man, let me tell you, I love the King of Fighters games. When it comes to fighting games, obviously mid 90s, any of us who were playing video games in the mid 90s, there's a better chance than not that you played some fighting games, because boy, everybody's making fighting games. But in particular, Capcom and SNK were kind of battling it out. SNK had tons of different series. They had Art of Fighting, they had Fatal Fury, they had a bunch.
Samurai
Showdown. So what they did is they took a bunch of the characters from at least Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting, I think were the 2 main ones, and put them in one game called King of Fighters, and also created a few original characters, specifically Kyo and Iori, I believe. But it's a team-based fighting game, so you play as up to 3. I think the early games it was always 3 players, 3 characters. And the whole idea is that the first team to defeat all 3 of the other team win.
Makes sense.
And they also did things like, I don't know if this was in the first one, because there were like 4 or 5 of these. No, there were more than that, like 6 or 7 of them, I think. They also brought back characters from older SNK games, like Athena's in here. And they have a whole American sports team based on some of their old sports games.
Oh man.
Which is great. The voice acting for one of those guys, I think he's a basketball player. When you hit him, he just yells, "Ouch!" Which is so funny in a game where almost everyone else is shouting like Japanese or anglicized Japanese words and things like that. But
sure.
And like they have a team from Ikari Warriors, like the two soldiers in Ikari Warriors, stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But the thing for me is that these games came out on the Saturn as well. And actually the very first game I ever played that used a RAM cartridge for better animation, I believe was King of Fighters 95.
Okay.
And like just the backgrounds in the animation in these games are gorgeous. They're so much better than anything Capcom was doing at the time, I think. And I also just love the art style in general of these games. Like SNK had a very distinct art style that I just adore. And the King of Fighters games were the ones where it was at its best. I think this Capcom, when they started doing the Alpha series, Street Fighter Alpha series, I was sort of really dug what they did there too. Like they really upped their game there. And I remember when they finally did like SNK versus Capcom, I was super excited because there was one of those games where they actually had the Capcom characters in the SNK character style, illustration style. And I just thought it looked great. But yeah, so I just spent the night playing King of Fighters 98 and enjoying it like crazy, man. Like just what a great game. Nice. And it played really well on the Polymega. So yeah, nice. I sort of fell back in love with it again.
I was like a Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat fan, and that was it. I didn't really stray into the SNK stuff except for Samurai Showdown on the 3DO.
I sucked at Samurai Showdown. I was so bad at it. I'm still bad at it. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just, in the late 90s, I was living with a few roommates. We were all like Saturn guys. We played so many Saturn games. We played and the Saturn had tons of fighters on it. Obviously, between Sega and Capcom, we played all of them, and we were importing the King of Fighters games because I don't think they came here for Saturn. I think a couple of them came here for the PlayStation, but that's right. The animation on the PlayStation versions was nowhere close to these because, these were some of the this was one of the series in particular that took advantage of the fact that you could add RAM or ROM expansions through the Saturn's cartridge port, which they could. The very first one, I think, was a ROM expansion where it just had animation data on the cartridge itself. But then I believe after that, they just started using a generic RAM cartridge so that it would just load a ton of animation in RAM on the cartridge. And it just, I don't know if it was arcade perfect, but it was pretty damn close. So they did that with Capcom did that with some of their games too, like Vampire Savior and I think X-Men versus Street Fighter and stuff like that. Maybe even Children of the Atom. So yeah, it was fun to get back to that. It was fun to get back to a cool 2D fighter that I loved in the 90s. We played a ton of them. I'm definitely not as good as I once was, but you know, I did all right.
Did you see the news this past week, by the way, that Katsuhiro Harada, who was at Namco doing Tekken, has joined SNK?
Really?
He started a new studio called Versus Studio SNK.
Yeah.
But so the Tekken, the boss of Tekken, former boss of Tekken, is now with SNK. I wonder what that will produce. Interesting.
He wasn't the one that was originally, because wasn't the original head of Tekken like a Sega guy? Wasn't he
I think that might be right. I think that might be right. But the current boss is now left.
Yeah. Okay. One thing that happened during this, it reminded me of a story. Well, so while I was streaming this, your best friend Mike showed up, and he mentioned to me that seeing the game being played reminded him that a mutual friend of ours named Eugene was visiting he lives out west now, was going to be visiting at the end of the month. And the reason this game reminded him of that, which I think this is funny. So we all played fighting games, like I said, and Eugene was part of the crew back then. And I was like middle of the road. I was not the best at any of these fighting games out of our group. Eugene was really good in general, and he was really good at King of Fighters. And I just never really had an opportunity to play him in that series very often. And so I played him once and I beat him. One round and I beat him. And I put the controller down and said, I'm never playing King of Fighters against you again. And that was 30 years ago. And we have never played King of Fighters against each other again. But every time I see him, I remind him that I'm undefeated in King of Fighters. And I can tell it bugs him a little bit. So I'm going to keep
That's so
doing
funny.
It. But
yeah, of course you should. Yeah, as you should.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and then other than that, today I fired Replaced back up again on Xbox Game Pass. I had mentioned a couple weeks ago that it was starting to overstay its welcome a little bit. And I still feel like it is, but I also feel like I'm really close to the end of the game. So I still am really enjoying the story. I still think it looks so beautiful. And actually, I think it was a good thing that I put it down for a week or so. Because playing it tonight, I was actually really enjoying it again. So, but I do hope that I'm getting near the end now, because I feel like the story it's trying to tell has pretty much been told, unless there's another big twist coming. So, yeah. But anyway, just saying that I'm still playing that. But things are backing up now, because I really want to play Forbidden Solitaire. Yeah. And, Batman's coming out. I definitely am going to play that. Forza Horizon 6 is coming out. I hope I'm going to be into that. I really want to play that. Like, there's just a lot coming out soon, man.
I know. James Bond is coming out in like 2 weeks.
I hope that's good.
I mean, the initial previews have been pretty good. So
yeah. So I mean, there's just there's a lot happening, man. And
Star Fox in June, Rhythm Heaven in July.
The 2026 backlog is growing.
Too many games.
Yep.
Just like that EGM.
We should do an EGM issue about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't even imagine trying to review as many games as we did back then. Like. Well, and I know, like a lot of big sites like IGN and GameSpot, there are games that they just don't review.
How could you? I mean, we are to the point where there are tens of thousands of games that come out every year now.
Right, but even
that's not an exaggeration.
Well-known releases.
Yeah, I mean, even if you,
for whatever reason,
even if you limit it to consoles, It's a lot of games.
It is a lot of games.
And if you even just throw Steam in there, then you're talking tens of thousands.
Yeah, you are.
You know.
Oh, Mina the Hollower is the end of this month.
Oh, Mina the Hollower. God damn, that's another one that I want to play.
Thanks, Shabby, in the chat for mentioning that. Yeah, it's another one.
I gotta finish Replaced. I gotta get that off my list.
Definitely
Vampire Crawlers. That. I feel like I'll be picking. That's a game that you can pick away at for a long time. I think
that's an evergreen game. Yeah.
and
they're gonna add stuff to it too.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure a free DLC will be flowing for that game. So yeah, indeed. All right. Should we head to Blue Skies?
Blue skies. Blue skies. I see.
Let's do this one from Namava, who says, for the birthday Canadian and CJ. Hold on. CJ. And CJ can answer too, I suppose. If any racing game could be remade for modern consoles, identical in features and mechanics to the original and with online multiplayer, which would you choose?
Identical in features to the original and mechanics.
Yeah.
I wish Sega would do another Outrun. Basically, just do Outrun 2 again. Just do Outrun 2 again. Just release
Outrun 2 again.
Yeah. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Or Burnout Revenge.
Old school Burnout. Like
old school Burnout.
Early Electronic Arts Burnout. Like Burnout 3, Burnout Takedown.
Yeah.
One of those. Which birthed this show.
That's right.
The whole show grew out of CJ and I playing Burnout. Was it Takedown or 3? One of those two.
It was one of them. Yeah.
And sitting and chatting about video games while CJ was crashing and I was driving underneath him.
Yep. Or while we were in a lobby.
Yep. Chris Escape Bonus Johnston. One thing that I'd really like to see, though, when I saw this, really the first thing that popped up, but I wouldn't want to repeat the mechanics. There was an F1 game for the Sega CD called F1 Championship Beyond the Limit in the US. It was called Heavenly Symphony in Japan, which is a much better name. Okay. And the thing I loved about that game, the gameplay is not good. The cars are way too twitchy and hard to control. Although I loved the game so much, I learned how to overcome that. But the thing that it did, two things that I loved. One was that it was based on the 1993 season and so when you did a full season, it did things like, I think if the race that year, like if it started raining like halfway through the race, then it did that in the game, right? If it was based on historic data, basically, or that was the year that I think Michael Andretti, who's the son of the former champion, Mario Andretti, champion of a lot of things. He was driving for McLaren at the beginning of the season, and he famously he was terrible, and he got replaced partway through the season. So when you play the full season mode of the game, he disappears after a while and gets replaced by a different driver, stuff like that. But then the other thing that game did that I loved was they had, I forget what the mode was called, but they would put you in different scenarios that you had to accomplish what a driver had accomplished. Like say you're Michael Schumacher and you're running on really old tires and it starts to rain with like 2 laps left to go and you got a huge lead. Like what he did in real life is he nursed the car home without pitting on slick tires, which would have been really difficult. And so it's like, you've got to do the same thing. You've got to nurse the car home on the slippery track on worn tires and win the race. And it would just give you these little scenarios that you had to complete, right? I loved it. It was great.
Has anything like that ever been done in any other racing game?
Yes,
that sounds like it would be super cool.
It has. And I actually think that they might have taken it from a different racing game themselves, but I'm not sure. There was a time when I was looking this up, but I'll tell you who did. EA Tiburon took it years later. Actually, I should say Hasbro and Monster Games, where I was doing their NASCAR games for them. The NASCAR Heat series, when that came out from Hasbro, they did the same thing. And they got real drivers in front of a camera describing these different challenges, and then you would go do these different challenges. And then when EA gave the NASCAR license to EA Tiburon, I think the second or third game that they made, they did the same thing. They called them Thunder Challenges or something like that.
That's cool.
It was great. It was such a great, and for them, further to what Sega had done with Heavenly Symphony, was that, they got to get the real drivers on screen and talking, and that sport, most sports, it's very personality driven. You have your favorite players, you have your favorite drivers. Getting to see them on screen is important. They hadn't done that on Heavenly Symphony, but I would love to see. EA owns Codemasters now, so they have the F1 license. I would love to see them do something like that again, because
that'd be cool.
And the whole thing with motorsports, if you're a motorsports fan, and I know a lot of people aren't, but it's sort of the individual stories during the races that are interesting. And I find in F1 that's especially the case. And it's not uncommon to have a driver sort of overcoming some real adversity. And there's so many of those stories throughout the years. I would love to see them do something like that with the F1 license, especially if they could reach back multiple years. And because the cars change so much, it would be so cool to be able to drive some of these older cars and some of these sort of different challenges and scenarios. That's what I'd love to see. That's a really long answer, but that's what I would love to see done. Yeah.
Aside from Outrun,
I just want Outrun 2 again, though. Really, at the end of the day, I just want to play Outrun 2 again.
That would be really cool if they brought that out again.
I mean, they did it once. There was Outrun Online on like Xbox Live, and I think on PlayStation as well, but it's gone because
Sega, that trailer that they put out in 2023 at the Game Awards mentioned a few old Sega IPs, but then they added "and more" at the bottom of it. What does "and more" mean? Outrun?
The bitch of it with Outrun is the Ferrari license.
Well, yeah,
they've always been Ferrari cars, right? And you kind of have to have Ferrari because that's Outrun, but still, just do it.
They should still do it.
Yeah,
just like they should license The Offspring for whatever they do with Crazy Taxi. You bite the bullet and you do it anyway. Because
it sounds silly, but that's one of the reasons that the first Crazy Taxi was great. Was that Offspring and Bad Religion soundtrack?
Yeah.
They fit the game perfectly, and the game is not as good without those songs. It's weird, but it's true.
That's right. It is weird. I mean, try playing Robot Unicorn Attack without the Erasure song. It's the same way.
Play Vice City without all those 80s hits. It loses something.
Yeah. You think we're going to get a new trailer for GTA 6? That's the rumor.
I hope so.
This week.
Because I want something to confirm that it's actually coming out this year. I don't trust it until...
I don't trust it
more about
either.
it.
I mean, I don't trust it until like 3 months before.
And the thing is that everyone else is going to be moving their releases around it.
Yeah.
And they already delay it. Yeah. And if they delay it, it's going to screw everything up.
Yes. I mean, it's going to do that anyway.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay, let's do one more from hacker alias Dan Before Time, who says, personally, I believe the biggest generational jump in consoles was between the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 / original Xbox and 360. The scope of games grew so much that generation. Would you agree? And do you think there will ever be a technical jump like that again?
I don't think I agree.
You don't agree about the generational jump,
but I think it's pretty subjective.
Yeah. What do you think was a bigger generational jump?
16-bit to PlayStation and Saturn and N64.
I would almost say, I think a bigger jump is PS1 N64 to PS2 GameCube is a bigger jump.
The reason I'm saying that is because
polygons.
Yes, because the thing is that we were playing 3D games, and I mean, when you get to the tail end of the PlayStation's life in particular, some of the stuff that was coming out looked incredible.
Well, that's true
for a PlayStation, but we had fidelity leaps, right, and higher polygon counts, so the fidelity got much higher to PS3 to PS4, kind of to PS5. And same thing with Xbox 360, et cetera, et cetera. But
the jump from 2D to 3D.
Getting full 3D games on Super Nintendo and Genesis. Not really. We got like, Virtua Racing, and we got Star Fox and whatever that other silly game you like is, Stunt Race
FX. How dare you
but like
call that silly?
From that to it's weird though, because it's a big generational leap, but games actually looked worse for a while. You know what I mean? Like the best 16-bit 2D stuff, they had so refined it, and they had so unlocked every just last bit of juice that they could out of the Genesis and the Super Nintendo.
Unlocked
things. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't say squeeze. You said unlocked.
Yeah, they just unlocked every last bit of performance.
Yeah,
out of those consoles. So the games looked crazy, and then you went to rudimentary 3D. Like even the stuff that looked good didn't look that good at first, like Toshinden and stuff like that.
Well, I would actually say that's not incorrect. I would say that we thought those games looked amazing.
We did. I'm talking about in hindsight.
At the time.
Yeah.
In hindsight, no, they do not look.
But it was a huge leap, right? You weren't a huge leap. You weren't playing like when you got a PlayStation and you played Ridge Racer for the first time. You hadn't played anything like it on a home console.
No,
ever.
That's true.
When PS2
I was
came
playing
out,
it on my 19-inch CRT television that was partially purple.
Right. When PS2 came out and you played Ridge Racer 5, comparing it to Ridge Racer 4, it was a huge leap ahead in fidelity. But it wasn't the leap from like playing Outrun on the Genesis or to Daytona. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I think what Dan is saying here though is about gameplay things like
the scope. Yes, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. We were still playing pretty small games in the 32-bit era. I don't disagree with that. Yeah. Like I said, it's all subjective. I mean, I don't disagree with what Dan's saying either. I think you could make an argument for any of those generations being the big, because I mean, when you want to start talking about like how much better the lighting got, how much higher the polygon count got, how much more space they had on the discs, like it all made a huge difference. So
it did. Yeah. Good stuff. Hey, before we go, I want to tell everybody about our new website that launched last week after we recorded the show. So player1podcast.com now looks a little bit different, a little more modern than it did previously. And it even has a nice little bar here at the top to tell you when either the podcast is live or when Greg's live. So you can just click and immediately be watching. It's great. And then you can scroll through all of our many episodes and click on one. You can listen to the audio, or you can watch the video and look at the show notes. It's pretty great. You can go into bonus content and then see all the after shows if you want to browse those. Same kind of deal. You can look at bonus episodes, which we haven't done one of those in a while, but there's like The Last of Us Part 2 spoiler cast in there.
We should do stuff like that again.
The Player One Squares game that Chris Baker did with us, the Scoop Fest show that we did, like a lot of really fun things. The interview we did with Console Wars author Blake J. Harris, which was a lot of fun. Wow. So there's a lot of stuff here that maybe you didn't see before that now you can do. And plus, you can browse Greg's Sega CD posts as well.
Get back to those. It's been years since I wrote one of those.
I know. Now you can find them all in a nice place, as well as a one-click link to the Discord server, Patreon, and then our nice About the Show page as well, which has our photos on it. And email addresses, so you can write us an email if you want and all of that stuff. So, and I believe the subscribe button here is like a one click and it opens up a nice view here with the podcast, and you can click on whatever podcatcher you use and it'll open in that and subscribe you to the show. So that's it's really nice.
It's pretty good, CJ. Good job.
Yeah, it's a pretty good transformative website. And
now we got to get some merch going.
Now we got to get some merch going. Yeah.
Hey, hit us with some notes of what you'd like to see. We've got 20 years of content to scroll. What do you want? What kind of shirts do you want? What kind of mugs do you want?
What kind of shirt should we do? Yeah.
Stickers or pins or whatever. Like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, we want to know. So tell us in the comments or write us an email or send us a message on Blue Sky. And maybe we'll put it up one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on your Blue Skies, or you can go to our brand new website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You will find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward there in the bonus content section, even though they're not new. And you'll find show notes and links to all of the things that we talked about in this episode and every other episode that we've ever done, which is a lot at this point. You'll also find a link to our Discord server where we can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting the shiny, sparkly new player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listen app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on youtube.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, etc. It's really those three. Just follow our Blue Sky account and find out when we're doing our next live show, typically every Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Although lately it's been later. Yeah. We might switch back to that soon. Join us.
We might.
Please. And if you like what you heard, and how could you can head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. It helps us keep the lights on, helps CJ design new websites, pay for all the merch we're going to have someday. Helps motivate me to write more Sega CD blog posts. I got all the way to S. No, not really. I got all the way to S. I got to Sylpheed. I got to keep going.
You do.
All the stuff we normally do. And if you're a subscriber of the $5 tier,
cheap,
you gain special access to a weekly bonus episode. We record it live after this, where we play games crackwise, do all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ, is it my week to do an after show?
Let's just say that it is. No, I think it's my turn.
Okay.
So we will be doing an EGM review quiz from the May 1996 issue.
Oh, the year I turned,
magazine.
the month I turned 20.
That's 30 years ago.
God damn.
30 years ago.
So please become a patron and join us for that, won't you? And if you have a few bucks left over, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/Greg Seward. $3.
Also cheap.
Gets you early access to all of my new videos, of which I'm working on many. Someday I might release some of them. CJ?
Yeah?
Thank you so much for hosting this week.
Thank you for joining me, Greg.
You're welcome. And
always a pleasure.
Yes.
And happy birthday once again.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Here's to 50 more. Maybe. And thank you, dear listeners, for joining us. We love doing this for you every week. Remember to join our Discord. It's a great group. It's just fun to spend time there.
It is. It's true.
I hope we'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.